It's great to have fancy cameras and great lenses, but if you don't have anything interesting to shoot, it really doesn't do all that much. So I reached out in general to friends and said, if you do anything cool, please let me film it. And a bunch of people responded, which was very heartwarming, including my friend Sophie, who plays music under the name Not Your Mother, doing this great song on top of a roof. This is a tiny little preamble into some footage, all shot on the Komodo, all shot on a Sigma 18-35, and all shot handheld, unless you can tell it's stationary on the tripod. We'll talk more about the setup, we'll talk more about the experience, but more interesting is actually watching it.
Now it's been a week of acting the fool. It's something you should get used to. Abandon your friends at the edge of the world. Oh, everyone for your sake. Scared, land a building high. It's too fast. Oh, wonder if this is our hell. Nerves were a shot in a glass. Now they've settled in your gut. Lips burning at last. As it comes up your esophagus, you put yourself through the paces for the foot of night. In the city she fucked you, and now she's holding you tight. Abandon your friends at the edge of the world. Oh, everyone for yourself. Scared, land a building high. It's too fast. Oh, wonder if this is our hell. Blood and sugar. Keep breathing. Blood and sugar. Keep breathing. Blood and sugar. Keep breathing. Blood and sugar. Keep breathing till you drop.
I got there maybe 20 minutes before sunset, and we quickly realized we had one problem to sort out before we could start recording. In order to do some music, you do kind of need power. We have a solution for that. Lowering cable. Yeah! Success!
Alright, it's plugged in. Is it, can you turn it on?
Let me look. Yep. We got juice! So this came together on a whim. We had good light, good weather in the last days of fall before it starts to get cold here in New York City, and Sophie has an awesome rooftop with a really good view of the skyline. So I thought, super simple, let's do a song on the roof. We've got access to the roof. I brought two little Aperture MCs as that side light. I have the Komodo with the 18-35. We shot everything in Red Code RAW at medium quality. The shutter was set to 180 most of the time. I opened it up a little bit towards the end of the day when I need to get a little more light into the sensor. The audio is actually just coming from a Video Mic Pro plugged into the top of the camera because I was able to just get a good take on our second shot. Being handheld doing the closer shots, I actually used that audio throughout because She killed it, and it sounds really good. We just went with that for the entire time, and I tried to find spots with our other takes to sync up to it. It was really easy shooting handheld with this setup. I was using the hydrogen foam, which I got on eBay. You can check out my minimalist red video if you want to see why and how I'm using that as my monitor, and then just had the regular on-camera monitor for when I'm looking down, looking into the camera. All this talking right now is also being recorded on the red in 6K, but in lower quality just to save my poor little computer some processing space. But overall, it was really easy to shoot with this setup. You have to train your brain to look at your goalposts, to look at your exposure in a slightly different way to protect your highlights and shadows so you're getting the best image you can get to put into Resolve or Premiere later on and do proper color in. That's the problem, is it's not just slapping on a LUT. You do need to know a little bit more about how you're protecting the image out of the camera to give yourself the best potential to succeed in the final product. This was truly the first actual shoot that I tried to use the Komodo on. I had done some previous tests with this camera and lens setup just to see how it handles, but this was the first time I was trying to treat it a little more as if this was an actual shoot I was hired to do, how would I pull it off? And I was very pleased with the final image and how it looks. I think I'll probably upload this in 6K just because maybe that'll get you to subscribe and like the video. You know, really appreciate if you've watched more than one of these videos, but you are the single-digit percentage minority in this scenario. So maybe help me out, send this to a friend. You hear horror stories about music videos all the time, and obviously this thing with my friend on a roof is not an example that this pertains to, but I got the red with music videos in mind. I want to shoot more of them, I want to make more of them, and I want to have a really distinct look. I was kind of surprised how much I liked using this. Shooting this whole video handheld meant I was a little concerned about would it be too shaky, but the global shutter makes that handheld feel so much more natural. So for these live performance music video type hybrid things, it really works quite well, and it doesn't take you out of the element. Keeping the camera close to my chest, focusing here, handle on the side, it's all I need. It feels super familiar, and I got a lot more into this little package than meets the eye. I don't have anything super philosophical to tell you to get or not get this video. It's more of a proof of concept for me to say this would work, and I truly feel this would work. Thanks to Sophie for sharing her talent and her rooftop to give this camera something interesting to film. Really, really appreciate that. If you want to hear more of that music, because the song is great and she can really sing, I have info in the description to be able to follow more of her work. Thanks for watching this video. There's much more to come with the Komodo. I've got other videos out already with the Komodo probably. If it's something you're interested, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and until next time, I'm off walking.